project management is about being a leader, critical thinker, problem solver, the most efficiency possible. After I graduated, I worked as a drafter, as a designer, and project manager in Sudan. I feel like I want to make a change in Sudan. I want to develop the country. I want to make beautiful buildings and sustainable buildings as well. My goal is to find a job here in the US. I want to gain a good experience. And then I'm planning to open my own company back in Sudan. So that's my plan.
And I got this amazing experience that I didn't even know was here in Chattanooga. We solve aerodynamics problems using supercomputers. So we run simulations of different setups with, like, for example, we could do a wing flying at Mach 6. And we use supercomputers to simulate, like, okay, what's the pressure gonna be, the temperatures and all that, to see all the engineering properties that you would need to know to solve that problem. The only other way to solve those problems are to go to a multi-million-dollar testing facility, like the one that I'm going to go work at Arnold Air Force Base.
Ever since I was a kid, I had my head in a computer. I just wanted to learn how they worked, and I was more interested in the software side of things. UTC really allowed me to go a different route than I think most universities would have. Going the route of research is very beneficial for students, and I would say that UTC has fostered a good environment to get into that in undergraduate, which is huge compared to other universities. Our first project was a research project for bioinformatics section. So it was building a web application, so just a website where you could view and edit metabolites, different molecules that they wanted to look at and manipulate. I'm a data science intern, so I build machine learning models based on historical data to evaluate how the company's doing and provide features to the website. My journey with UTC has been very positive.
So it started because I graduated with my undergraduate in chemical engineering from UTC, and I graduated and thought there would be so many opportunities, and the pandemic hit and everything shut down. And so that's when I looked into researching different careers that were exploding at the time, and data analysis really piqued my interest. So I realized that I've already been analyzing data in these large amounts, and so UTC had this program of the Masters in Data Analysis, and they had the computer science track and the business track. And so I figured background in engineering, computer science would be a great fit. I was hired at Optum Healthcare, and I'm a senior business analyst. And so we just kind of work with claims data, and we work with different large insurance companies and take in their claims data and sort of do cleanup and analysis, and then we help them understand, like, what happened throughout the season is what we call it. Actually, I got this job because I was in my master's for data analysis. So even just putting that on my resume, even though I hadn't graduated at the time, that was enough to get me in the door for the interview. They were already impressed that, you know, I was pursuing my master's, and I had already gone through a lot of, like, the major classes. I've already learned Python and SQL, and so even though I wasn't done yet, she still gave me a chance. And so that really got me through the door there. To be able to start not knowing anything about coding and then finishing, you know, making my own machine learning algorithms, like, it really says a lot about the program.
One of the good opportunities that I have here at the UTC is working with Dr. Sartepi and CUIP. It's the abbreviation of Center for Urban Informatics and Progress. In this lab, we work on several transportation-related projects. We have a testbed. Testbed contains 11 signalized intersections here at the downtown Chattanooga at ML King Boulevard. Each intersection we have lots of sensor cameras to capture all of the data from the vehicle movement. And we are working with these data to solve the problem related to transportation.
Specifically, I work in numerical analysis, so that's where you're solving problems that have to be solved with a computer. So you have supercomputers, now we're seeing EPB getting the quantum computer network, and a lot of applied math is in that type of computing atmosphere. So with a computational science degree in applied math, you're getting a little bit of the reasons why or how you can apply the math, and the implementation behind it is the computer, what we would call numerical analysis. And you're able to see the true beauty of mathematics unfold before you. In a lot of classes you take, you solve an equation and there it is, but you never really get to see what it looks like. So in numerical analysis, you can think of any function of your wildest dreams or equation, and you can literally see what happens as time goes on, or you change where the function lives, or really interesting shapes and things, and all that is created through numerical analysis.
I'm a PhD student in computational engineering. It was a discussion with my wife and talking about where do we want to be in 10 years, and it was mainly just about dreams. And I'd always found material research and engineering to be, I've always had a desire to be involved in it. And when I came back to UTC, I didn't think I would find that here. But I found some pretty fascinating materials research here, and it kind of has kept me here. What was one of the more special things I got to be a part of as a chemical engineering master's student, we're trying to develop a new material. It's an old material, but we're trying to develop new ways to produce it, and that's aerogels. I tell them, you want to be involved in research. You want to find a professor, and you want to work with them, and have your degree kind of overlap in having the benefits of your coursework, benefiting your research that you're doing for them, so that you come out with some publications and as a subject matter expert in some areas. And I was also amazed at the interaction with the professors, which I think is kind of probably one of the unique aspects to UTC, is being able to interact with PhDs, doing the research, being in their classes, having one-on-one conversations with them, and then my particular advisor, Dr. Sungwoo Yang, doing everything he could for you. It was pretty special. I think it was special, and it keeps you here, and it builds that aspect of wanting to do the best you can for them and push their research as they support you. And so it's just it was a really good environment to continue to develop.